fixed.
Welcome to the FlairBar.com show. We are here at Tales of the Cocktail 2014 with none other than Robbie Flair, Rob Turek. Rob, how you doing?
How's it doing? Awesome.
Welcome, brother. Now, you are the U.S. Palm Beach, Ohio chapter president, vice president. Where you sit there?
You said U.S. Palm Beach?
I might have, because it did have USBG Ohio.
Yeah, you know, sometimes in Anchorage as well.
No, you're all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because you are Robbie Flair.
Yeah, there's not like whale blubber infused bourbon. That's awesome.
How do we go from that to that?
I don't know. We're just talking about different geographical locations. No, I'm the president of the Cleveland United States Bartenders Guild chapter, and we're growing rapidly. Actually, this past year we put in around 40 new members in a year's time, so it's growing very well. We've got a lot of talent in Cleveland. I'm very proud of everybody that has jumped on board with the USBG, and there's a lot of big things to come.
For the viewers at home, what is the USBG?
USBG is a fraternal organization, kind of like a brotherhood, sisterhood, just a bunch of bartenders that are passionate about the craft. We add professionalism to it and kind of showcase to the rest of the world that, you know, this is our real job, you know, and it's really a fun thing. It centers more so around education than anything else, but believe me, we have a lot of fun parties as well.
Awesome. You said something a few seconds ago that you have a great growth rate, and what is the secret to getting new members?
Attraction. We attract them. We throw these events. People
what kind
want
of
to do what
events?
we do. You know, brand ambassadors will come into town and they'll pay for lunch for everybody, and they come get a free lunch, learn about the spirit, you know, a tasting. Who's going to turn down a drink, you know? So that's one of the ways we attract people. Other ways, you'll throw various parties. We have monthly meetings, and ultimately, a lot of people that are bartenders, they just don't know how to move up to that next level. And we can offer the resources to teach people, you know, more about mixology, more about flair, and more about hospitality. And that's why we do
Is
this.
there a website someone can go to find this out?
Actually, yeah, you can go to usbg.org if you want to join. You can check pulse.com, and that's you know, those are the two main websites that are affiliated with the USBG National. In Cleveland, we don't have a website particularly for the USBG. We have a Facebook page, the Cleveland USBG on Facebook, or Ohio USBG. But we are offering a cocktail week through our chapter coming up in September.
Notice a lot of chapters are starting to do that now and really expand what they do and bring the education to the masses.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be 5 days of kind of like what this is, mini tales of the cocktail, if you will. Our districts are the 3 districts. We're going to put this in downtown, Ohio City, and Tremont are about within a 3-mile radius. And we're just going to offer some educational seminars, happy hours, spirited dinners, and of course parties throughout those 5 days.
Awesome. And speaking of events, you got something coming up a couple months away you wanted to talk about?
Cocktail Week Cleveland, yeah, as I was just speaking about, and it's 5 days from September 4th through September 8th. September 4th to the 8th, Cleveland, Ohio. Mark it on your calendar. I don't know if you can see that. The pineapple head there. Hospitality at its finest. Okay. Go to cocktailweekcle.com to learn more about it, but it's going to be a blast.
And speaking of other events, if I'm not mistaken, you just represented the United States Bartenders Guild in Puerto Rico at the Pan Am Games for the Classic Mixology round. And yeah, tell us about that.
That was an experience. I'm not one who's used to IBA competition. I have a plethora of experience in competition, flair competitions and so forth, and you know, a number of cocktail ones. But the IBA, they are very strict. I mean, when I was up there setting up my table for my round, there was a man with a clipboard, you know, checking to watch how I touched the glassware and how I set things up, and you know, deducting points if need be. I didn't lose any, by the way. But it was a great experience, and actually, you know something funny? It was a life experience for me, because I've been in numerous competitions, and I've never been in one where I was the minority. Because I needed a translator, thank God for Julio Cabrera, to translate the rules for me, because you know, we're sitting in a big meeting for the competition, and everything's in Spanish. Yeah. You know, but I want to trade it in. I mean, you know, because of USBG and my partaking in this competition, I got to spend 5-6 days in sunny Puerto Rico.
Just one of the benefits of joining the USBG.
Exactly.
Now, ask you this: any advice going through before what you went into for the IBA competition until afterwards, to someone that may be competing in one soon? Any advice to them that you wish you would have known then?
Julio has been a big inspiration for me. He obviously won sapphire, that thing, most imaginative bartender. You know what? Practice. And it's same thing that boils down to what I did in Flair. If you set up your practice area exactly as your round is going to be, that same environment. If you're doing a cocktail competition and you know you're doing a presentation with IBA rules at a table, set that table up, put the white linen down, and practice. Candle your glassware and your tools with linens and keep them polished and make sure that you're very accurate, very precise when you're pouring, no spillage, that kind of thing, and watch your time. Set up a timer, and practice that, because you have to flow. You can't have any stutters or stops. You have to really flow, and then if you have a personality, which we all do as bartenders, then you can really let that shine if you've got that down. That's the biggest key in my book, is to practice. Good
advice, and apparently you must know what you're talking about, because little birdie told me that you were just on the show The Next Round and you happened to win the surprise mixology competition.
Yeah.
Congratulations! Tell us about that experience.
It was very surprising. I'm up there tasting a Ramos Gin Fizz, and next thing I know, okay, Rob, you got 2 minutes, make this drink a twist on the classic, and wow, I couldn't even see what the ingredients were I needed to pick from. But we just do it together, and it was fun. What I did a twist on it. It was called the Peachy Ramos 75 with a caffeinated dust. And it was, all I did was I simply took I made the same basic Ramos Gin Fizz with your gin, egg white, a little orange flower water. But then I added in some simple syrup, but instead of using lemon and lime for my acid, I actually used a peach-infused shrub. So that was my acid. Put that together, and that peach worked very well. And it was some heavy cream, and then I topped it with champagne, as opposed to soda, and then put some fresh ground coffee on top for the aroma. You really don't get the taste, but as you put it up to your lips to drink, you get that smell.
Yeah, I remember tasting it afterwards, and just like the judges said, I was very surprised how well balanced it was, and just how well the coffee worked with the Ramos Gin Fizz. That was nice.
Coffee was last minute, because I couldn't find a garnish. I couldn't find anything to use for a garnish. Yeah, I know, it was crazy, and I'm like, what can I do that's different? And then I found a little souffle cup in the kitchen, because we were in a house, mind you.
Aviation Gin House.
Yeah, the Aviation Gin House. Props to Brooke. But anyways, we did that, and I was like, okay, and I'm looking around, I see this open bag of Starbucks. I'm like, okay, I didn't know if it was in there, so. Off the cuff, but it worked. That was the X factor.
Nice.
Because that's what they said, the judges said, it was the coffee aroma that they enjoyed.
Good for you, man. And last question, how'd you get the nickname Robbie Flair?
It's funny, and believe me, I had to struggle with this for a long time, because being a Flair bartender for so many years, and then the latter half of me, I've been a Flair bartender since '96, and so it wasn't until probably the mid 2000s when I was coined this nickname, and believe me, all my peers, I felt strange with this nickname.
Like Jeff Rogers,
Flair.
Bobby G over there, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on, how original can I get? We're all Flair bartenders, and I'm the one that steals the word Flair from my name. But the thing is, it wasn't me. It was I was working at a bar called Fatfish Blue in Cleveland. Ironically, it's a Cajun New Orleans themed kind of restaurant, and I was doing my show, and this guy was just like, "Man, you're Robbie Flair. You just got that flair, Robbie Flair." He started yelling it. And then it kind of caught on, and then when I was performing at other clubs, DJs were yelling out, Robbie Flair, and next thing you know, people think that's my last name. Then I go, woo, all the time, Yeah. Not Ric Flair.
Woo! So that's a trademark. Rob, I have a question for you. We're going to cut you a break, but do you mind when we come back, actually, you making a cocktail for us?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome, cool. We'll be back to FlairBar.com show right after this.
Peace.